My name is Stephanie Mendoza. I go by Sam and I identify as non-binary, so I use they, them pronouns. I teach Unity 1 at PCC Cascade, which is part of the Immersive Technologies program, and we're expanding into our own VR lab and immersive territories. What is VR? So virtual reality is an immersive experience where someone essentially goes into a computer program using a head-mounted display. VR has been something that scientists, creators have been working on since the 1960s. It's pioneered by Ivan Sutherland. The modern VR headset has expanded to a couple of different devices, but they all follow the same concept of a player or a user being immersed in a virtual space. So when people enter VR, it's really similar to actually being in a place or a location, especially when it's places that aren't actually accessible to the human body. Either they're just completely inaccessible, or you could never afford to do something like fly to outer space. But with that presence also comes something called directed action learning, as well as exposure therapy, and a number of psychological effects take place. It's the same thing as like any other experience that you have in the real world, though you grow from them, and those memories do become embedded in the exact same way. And I think that that's extremely powerful for something that you can develop for almost free, assuming you can find your way to a headset, and that's even becoming a lot more equitable with time. So in Intro to Unity, we cover a number of topics, but essentially we go over the game engine, what is a game engine, and how does the Unity engine work. We cover the basic interface, everything from that to C# scripting, 3D development, and any synthesis that comes afterwards. With those tools, it enables students to create any simulation that they want. VR spaces like the lab that's growing here at PCC allow for a lot of these first-time experiences where students will come in not knowing anything about VR, and they'll go out having a really in-depth exposure to it. And it's not just that, it's access to the other technologies that are emerging from the development of VR, like mixed reality, for example. So you can have someone who's developed an experience where a player is inside of the virtual world and they have a ball and they can pass it through the screen from inside the virtual world out to someone using mixed reality who can then perceive it through their camera or through their smartphone or whatever it was programmed with, and grab that object, that virtual object, and then throw it back from the physical world into the digital world for the virtual character to catch. So it's these transitions are being made and they're happening pretty fast, and so there is a need for understanding and creative work around it, which is what we hope to open up to the world, or at least to Portland here at PCC Cascade.